guys, I'm Sam.
I'm Jody.
Welcome back to our channel, Razor Focused, and today we're doing another not so razor thing, but
A cool thing.
cool thing. I've hit my break-in period to the Honda Grom, and so now it's time to change the oil. Should be pretty easy, but that's what we're gonna do.
Let's get to it.
Okay, guys, we have the Grom and the Razor. So today we're gonna work on the Grom again. We haven't had enough time to go out and really ride on the Razor yet, but we will. Bear with us. But we will get back to it. Just like you guys, you have regular jobs and you're having to do rides when you can, and we will, and I look forward to those days again. But today I want to change the oil, the first oil change on my Grom. I have 270 miles. The break-in period is 300 miles, so we're right at that point, and we're going to go ahead and get that thing done. All right, pretty straightforward. If you are looking at the motorcycle engine, on the right side of the engine as you're sitting on it, and as you go right under there, there is a 12mm bolt right there. So we're going to take that 12mm bolt off. Got a handy dandy bucket here and some napkins, paper towels, and we'll see how this first oil chain looks. Make sure I'm on, yep, make sure I'm turning it off here. And this is the first one, so a little tight there. It has the crush washer there. And we did get a new crush washer as well. We're just gonna do it by hand. And let's see if we can do this without making a mess. See if I can drop that crush washer with it. Kind of once I get, it must be magnetized once I go right back up in there. So, well, pretty dark, but again, the initial fluid is a break-in fluid from the factory. So it is going to be dark. It is a different kind of oil per se. If I go back to when I was breaking in engines, I remember there would be zinc and other additives that would help everything seat. I don't know that Honda does that, but during that break-in, I know they use a break-in type of oil. So we're gonna let that drain and we'll come right back to it. We'll go ahead and take off the oil fill to get some air in there as well. Okay, so now we're gonna take off where the oil filter is in there, and that is an 8mm, two 8mm bolts. Oil is down to a little drip, got a little bit on the exhaust. No worries there. And let's see if we can crack those there. And the cool thing about the 2022, it does come with a filter. So you don't have to disassemble the whole side per se. You just change the filter. And it's a little bitty baby filter. It's a 15412 MGS D21. $9.96. Went out to a Honda dealer there. And this little guy is a little bitty thing. So, and it tells you which side's out. You can't really read it there, but this side's out. So we'll go ahead and take those bolts off. And we also got a new O-ring. There's a new O-ring in there and a new crush washer. As often as you got to change this, and as cheap as it is, I think the whole kit was $27. That was for the oil as well. So the oil, the crush washer, the filter. I'm gonna come over here. And you see very clean in there. Got a little pig mat here. I like these pig mats. These oil absorbent mats. And there is a O-ring right around that. And probably could get away with leaving it. It's only got 270 miles. But again, while we're here, we're going to go take that off. We'll take this little spring out. Don't lose that spring. You need to keep that. It'll go back in the new one in the same place. So I'm going to leave that there. And then now I'm going to get a little pick, and I think I'll pull that out because I can't get my chubby fingers in there. All right, a little right angle pick here. See if I can just get enough friction. Oh, that's perfect. Just enough to take that out. And you can see just a little bitty filter. I'm gonna leave that out there. We may take a look at that later. But also with that pick, I'm going to take out the O-ring. It just pops right off. And again, we'll give that a quick wipe down. And we'll wipe it down in here. You see, oil changes are, I'll say the least expensive maintenance that one can do, whether it be on your car, whether it be on your motorcycle, your RZR. Oil is the cheapest maintenance you can do, and I would not personally ever pay for someone to do oil change, especially at the cost of everything now. Everything is so expensive, as you guys know. Try to save some money where you can. If you don't have the tools, go down to Harbor Freight and go down to Home Depot, Lowe's, somewhere. Get yourself a cheap little kit. It doesn't take a whole lot of torque on these. And put those back in. So there is a rubber gasket on this side. I do have a little bit of oil on my finger, so I'm just gonna lube that up a little bit. Only fits one way, and it kind of just presses right in there. I like to spin it just a little bit, make sure I'm on that little seat there. And the spring goes in. Super easy, guys. Super, super easy. There's no letters or words on this, so just want to make sure I don't have Honda upside down or something. And we'll get that one started, and then we'll get the other one, and we'll get it started. And again, this is something you could do. This is almost real time. I waited just a little bit to let the oil drain, but it did not take long at all because it's only 1 quart. And this is just a little Honda 125, so you don't have to put a whole lot of torque to it. And that is aluminum, so don't go all crazy on it. I don't know what the torque specs are. I'm sure you can find those if you'd like. But now we're going to go ahead and put on the new crush washer. I'm going to make sure we take the old one off, because I think it was still kind of stuck to it. Oh, must have finally fell in, because it's not on there. But you want to make sure there is no crush washer on there. Clean up that oil. Because the last thing you want to do is I've seen some where it leaks in cars because they left the old crush washer on, doubled it up, or didn't put one on, and you end up putting silicone and all that stuff, and you don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and put that started. I'm going to move that bucket so I don't end up dropping my socket in there. I know that would never happen to you guys. It seems to happen to me. All right. All right, that looks good. So now it's time to put the oil in. Let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, let's go ahead and get the oil in. So again, super easy. This is a 1 quart capacity, and I've got 1 quart of Honda motor, 4-stroke engine oil. So directly from Honda. It's their machine. They probably know what to put in it. Kind of like with the razor, I put razor oil, Polaris oil, not razor oil. And this does have a sight glass. I'll show you where that's at. I've got it on the stand right now, so it's not going to be correct. I like this stand. I'll put that in the Amazon link. The Amazon link in the description. This stand helps doing stuff like this. So it's not on the kickstand. Also, it gives that little forward lean, which helps drain the oil a little quicker, I'll say. But I like it from a ease of maintenance kind of thing. All right, we'll let all that just ooze on in. And this is truly a, I'll say, 5-minute job without the oil draining. The oil draining process is the longest part. So we got 1 quart in there. Got that finish going down there. And I think we're good. So we'll get the oil cap. And we'll twist that back on. And then we'll clean everything up. Get all my greasy fingerprints off. All right, oil change is complete. Let me show you where the sight glass is at, and then I'll finish cleaning up here. But let me move that camera. All right, guys, the sight glass is right there. And again, it's going to be, we're canted, so it's not going to be exact correct there. We're not on level ground, but that's where the sight glass is. There's some markings there. You should be between those markings. We'll put it on the ground here and see if I can hold the camera and balance the bike at the same time. All right, guys, let's take it off the stand. Make sure our kickstand is down. We're just going to pick up, let it roll forward. Ease it on down. And again, I got 200 pounds on the bike, so. And it's on the kickstand. There we go. These are awesome. I'll put those that link on there. And let's see if we can take a look at that sight glass. There we go. And see, as you can see, we hold that level. The oil is right to the right level. And that's why you want to do it level. I'm going to move it so you can see the oil. And so it's perfect. 1 quart gets you exactly where you need to be. Woo, hallelujah. As you can see, that took all of what? 5 minutes?
Quick and easy.
Pretty easy. Took longer to drain the oil than it actually did to do the actual oil change. So,
But you're getting really good at oil changes.
Pretty simple. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something by it. And I hope that you're inspired to get out and work on your razor, your motorcycle, your car, whatever it may so be. Get in the garage.
Get your hands dirty.
Get your hands dirty. But we're so thankful that you're joining us on this adventure. And I pray that you have a blessed and amazing every day.
And stay razor focused.